내가.
I bet you if you're a foreigner, you looking at this like Japanese guy, Japanese girl, the way they look, you're gonna hit the Patrick. What's the difference? All right, what are we looking at today? Why dating in Japan is impossible. Well, I'm pretty sure we're in for a slobber knocker of a time. All right, let me know what's going on in the land of the no longer rising penis.
Japanese women are refusing to date Japanese men, and the reason why is way more insane than you think.
Oh, AI
This isn't
voice,
just about
that's a
attraction.
paddling.
It's a complete shift in how relationships work in Japan. And here's where things get crazy. It's not just
Hey, why is she checking her diaphragm? Is she constipated? Gotta eat more fiber, girl. Some people will pay you good money for it. And I've just ruined my appetite.
Japanese men getting rejected. A lot of women don't want to date foreign men either. There are massive cultural differences, hidden biases, and honestly some brutal truths that most people don't even talk about.
Hey,
Before we
what's
get into
zesty
that,
ass
let's
country
start with
bus
some
stand looking like this?
All right, so there's a real phenomenon happening in Japan right now, which you might have seen across YouTube, and that is where men are giving up on dating entirely. They're called herbivore men, guys who have zero interest in pursuing women.
Yeah, pretty much. This video is going to more or less make it like it's Japan exclusive, but I guarantee you, Big Promise is going to be an everywhere problem, or at least in developed countries kind of problem. Anywhere that has anybody that has access to social media on a whim, yeah, that's no question. It's not surprising. And I have multiple theories on why I think this is just like a common ass thing. It's super common. It's common like running into a bunch of Pidgeys and Ratatatats when you're playing Pokemon. Is it Rattata? I forgot what those things are fucking called. But anyways.
Getting married, or even trying to flirt. Some of them are too focused on work, others are just tired of rejection, and some, they've simply decided it's not worth the effort. Yeah, and the result? A growing number of Japanese women are frustrated, single, and looking for alternatives. And yeah, some of them turn to foreign guys.
Listen, Japan. Listen. I get you're going through a lot right now. We all are. But don't make me do the Starship Troopers here. Don't make me do
I'm doing my part.
I'm gonna get myself a cute Japanese girlfriend, and the thing that sucks is most of the time it completely works. You know, obviously, if you're a foreigner, there's a lot of people who really like foreign people in Japan. You can almost have an easier time dating in Japan. I know I had an easier time dating here than in London, but also that could just be my own experience and not a collective experience of everyone watching this. So I might be giving.
But this only applies to a small percentage of women. And even then, there are some major problems.
All right, so I do want all of you to take this under advisement. I think this, allegedly, is more of a white guy kind of thing. Now, I could be wrong. It just depends. Like, think about the shit that people are shown growing up. It's from America. It's mostly just going to be white guys, even if it's generic-ass ones. And there is a lot of those. Now, keep in mind, there is a lot of generic people in general. But when your life tends to be cushier, it makes you less of an interesting person usually. But to my knowledge, they like many people that are programmed. They really love that translucent nature, because that's mostly what they've imported. Movies, music, shows, actors, that's what they've been shown. And that's probably what they're programmed to be into, even if it's boring. Like, it's like dating Scrabble while eating toast and drinking warm water. Now, your mileage may vary. I can't stress that enough. Like, if somebody was shown a bunch of stuff from Latin culture and they just happen to grow up with that, they're more than likely going to be into that. If somebody's been shown more black culture growing up, more than likely they're going to be programmed into being into that, and so on and so forth. If you have a not so great time, if that is what you're seeking, try not to take offense. Because like most of the dumbass annoying things in life, it comes down to people being programmed by very dumbass things.
Okay, this sucks, but it's true that a lot of Japanese women think Western men smell bad. And no, this
Hey,
isn't
is
some
that for
weird
real?
stereotype.
I need a
It's
citation
real
on that.
issue. And if you think that's bad, it gets much worse. In the West, beards are a symbol of masculinity. In Japan, not so much. A lot of women actually prefer clean-shaven men. So if you're walking into Japan thinking your rugged Chris Hemsworth beard is going to make you stand out, you might be in for a shock when it actually turns women away.
Okay, first off, I hate this show so much that's being used here. This show it's like the people that made this show had they had a line of unfunny elves just cobbled together like dog shit jokes for this show. I hate this show. I forgot the name of it, and I'm glad that I did. Don't remind me in the comments. But anyways, definitely a citation is needed there. Asian guys they look extra feminine. Do they not? I'm not sure how that works, but they do. Skinny, low muscle mass, hairless, like a pool boy you could just pick up and fling flailing into a pool. Damn, my fucking meathead ass. But that's funny. Masculine? Really? Like, what the fuck is a beard to them then? That needs to be focus tested, because if you put a dress on one of them, who's the wiser? Where did y'all think traps come from in the first place? I guess you could say if someone isn't afraid to look feminine, that's masculine in and of itself, but I don't think they're playing 4D chess like that. They just happen to look soft like tissue. The good tissue, not the tissue that you'll see in like a public bathroom that'll it's like sandpaper on your ass. Also, before I forget, doubling back on the stinky part, yeah, I just realized he's got this World War II ass picture put up of all of course they think this guy stinks. This is Winston Churchill. I'm sure they hate the shit out of him. Even though Japan did some evil ass shit and they are far from innocent, I'm sure they want to fuck him up. Doing the ew, you stink face is probably the most censored thing that I could imagine with the context here. Anyways, let's continue on with the masculine 2 steps away from being a femboy masculinity or whatever.
You don't need to be Schwarzenegger or Dwayne Johnson in Japan to be attractive as a guy. Actually, it can be even negative sometimes, and that's no surprise. Because if you compare to Western women, Japanese women are generally smaller and shorter, and chances are that she's gonna feel kinda overwhelmed or even scared when meeting a guy like this. So rather than having a big muscular body, these are more important usually, and that's why they might look too feminine to Western people.
I'm sorry, y'all. He looks like if he was in any, even if it's like a minor altercation, he would be hiding behind his girlfriend. And aside from people just being dumb in general, if you focus test this and took this person's picture out into the general public and asked them, is this a guy or a girl? You know, if you straight up Professor Oak them, I'm pretty sure they would have to think for a little bit. Just a little bit. If you're that bored, try it out and see. I'm such a dick. But I mean well, I think at least. Oh, one more thing before I forget. On a side note, this is completely separate from this, but I just remembered something. So the guy that's speaking right now, I think it's kind of like cut out a little bit, Japan reporter. I forgot what he went by on whether it's an old channel or whether it's the same channel and he name changed it or whatever the case may be. This individual went on a crazy tirade against black people in general. Like, bro was out for blood. I can't remember the context of what happened, but he made like, it was either one or a couple of videos that was very disparaging against black people. Like, I don't know what, if somebody touched him in his no spot, hurt his feelings, hurt his soul. I don't know if they broke his heart. I can't remember the context, but this motherfucker went on a war path. Eventually, he came back, he gathered his thoughts, he apologized, and he made amends, and it kind of just faded into the annals of YouTube history. But for a brief while, this motherfucker was beyond out of pocket. It was very entertaining and very enlightening to see. But you know, that's how people end up the ways that they end up. They have bad experiences with somebody, and then you just like label them based off of their characteristics, and you just kind of hyperfixate on that, and lo and behold, it can happen to anybody of any race. Black to white to black, white to Asian, Asian to Latino to so on and so forth. Just like the Winston Churchill thing that I mentioned earlier. It's just, your mileage may vary, but usually since people and humans like to pick up on patterns, we'll blame it, instead of just like our one-to-one interaction or interactions with somebody that we had a bad interaction with, we'll project that on an entire group of people or an entire race. It could be gender, it could be age, could be race. It's usually gender and or age. Those are the top ones. Those are what we deal with, what we have desires with and all that stuff with the most. But I just wanted to throw that in there because I remember that shit. When I saw his face, I was like, wait a minute, now hold on there. Anyways, fun little tirade. Let's get back to it.
But let's say you pass the hygiene and facial hair test. There's still one massive cockblock standing in your way. Language. This is the killer. It's by far the biggest reason why foreign men struggle to date in Japan. Most Japanese women don't speak English fluently. And if you don't speak Japanese,
って思ったことあります。でも言語の壁はありますけど。
例えばどの国の人がいいとかってなんかあります？
どこでも行けるな。どこでも行けるけど、ヨーロッパ系かアメリカ系を。
Congratulations! Your dating pool just shrank to almost nothing.
I still stand by this. I'm pretty sure what she means by, now, I could be wrong. I don't want to speak for her, but this is just my opinion. I got to throw that disclaimer. But I'm almost certain when she says American or European, she means generic ass white dude. Like, she means uninspiring Tim or uninspiring like Dave or Jack or whatever the fuck. It's a safe bet money that she's not talking about a black person, although that would be the next in line, would be my guess. I don't think she's talking about a Latino person. I don't think she's talking about a Native American person. I don't think she's talking about an Indian person. Not talking about a Muslim person. I think she's talking about boring ass Kevin. If you ask him about his life and what he does for fun, you're like, but hey, when you've been programmed a certain way, it's hard to overcome that shit.
There are plenty of stories of Western guys who thought they had a great connection with a Japanese woman, only to realize they were stuck in a cycle of awkward Google Translate conversations. It's fun at first, but the novelty wears off fast when you can't have a real conversation. So what happens? Well, in my experience, foreigners turn to dating apps as like the first thing they do. And this is where things get really weird. Because Tinder in Japan, it's a completely different beast. If you're a Western guy, you might expect it to work the same way it does back home. Swipe, match, chat, meet up. Nope, not even close. First off, good luck finding a real name. Most Japanese women use fake initials, random words, or even emojis instead of their actual names.
Huh,
And
that's kind of
profile
interesting.
pictures? Yeah, half of them are either anime characters, blurred faces, or just food. Seriously, some people literally put sushi as their profile pic, and that's not even the weirdest part. A huge number of Japanese women on Tinder aren't even looking for a boyfriend. Some just want to practice their English. Others are just curious about talking to foreigners but have zero intention of meeting up. And then you've got the worst case scenario. Women who are straight up afraid of being seen dating a foreigner. Japan is still a country where standing out too much is looked down upon. And for some women, dating a foreigner is seen as too different or even embarrassing.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Man, that is so dumb to me. Being afraid to be seen dating a foreigner, it's not that serious, y'all. Like, stop with the crabs in the bucket shit. It's crazy because people will like to say that about Latinos and black culture being crabs in a bucket and having to assimilate or otherwise you're an outcast, but everybody's racial group tends to do crap like this. Gotta stay true to your Native American backgrounds, right? Your African roots, your Latin heritage, your don't be chummy with 1945 mentality heritage. Fuck all that. Just at the risk of sounding like an after school special, just be yourself and be content with who you are and value good people around you. Like, damn, worrying about what others think is such a fast track to depression. Being depressed gets old, man. Like, I got other crap to worry about.
YouTubers won't tell you this, but it's true for many people. But let's say you do find a match. You start talking, things are going great, you're about to meet up, and then you hear this phrase, "I've always wanted to date a foreigner." Congratulations, you've just met a gaijin hunter. Gaijin hunter is a term for Japanese women who exclusively date foreigners. Sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Like, who wouldn't want to be the type of guy they're looking for? Well, here's where it gets a little messy.
First off, what the fuck is this sound effect? Yeah! Gaijin Hunter is such an interesting ass name. I never thought about that before. That's really interesting. Wait, hold on a second. Is that not the name of a porn series? And if it isn't, it totally should be the name of one. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
It's kind of like those girls that be like, oh, I've always wanted to date a black guy. Or, I mean, it's a two-way street. It'll be like, I always wanted to date a black woman. Or I always wanted to sleep with one. Or I always wanted to get with like a Latino. Or I always wanted to get with like an Asian person. More than likely, they probably just saw a bunch of K-pop and anime and all that shit and be like, ooh, I've always wanted to get with people will treat races like a fucking ice cream flavor. They be like, man, I always wanted to try Rocky Road. Me over here, I'm like, I'll definitely rock that road. Yeah.
A lot of gaijin hunters don't actually care about you. They care that you're foreign. Some of them are just obsessed with Western culture. Some have a checklist of nationalities they want to date. Yeah, this has actually happened from time to time. There are stories of guys who thought they found the perfect girlfriend, only to find out she literally had a list of countries she wanted to try. And it's not just about Western men. Some Japanese women actually prefer Latino men, Middle Eastern men, or even South Asian men because they find their features more exotic or masculine.
I noticed he left black folks out, but I'm almost certain what happened here is you wanted to throw your Eastern Asianers is it Eastern or West? I forget. Anyways, like your Filipinos, like those kind of Asians, you want to throw them a bone. I'm pretty sure that's probably what happened. Look, I'll call a spade, but I'm almost certain that's what happened because usually when somebody says nope like that, usually like a black dude is usually runner up. Like usually it'll be white and then Asian. Like I said, I mean not white and then Asian. It's white usually, then black, and it depends on what media that they're exposed to. Whatever you're exposed to kind of predetermines, for the most part, not always, but for the most part, it has a large impact on what you personally like. Because I can promise you, as crazy as this sounds, if you have somebody who, a bunch of people say that they are attracted to, we're just hypothetically speaking, this one person, if they grew up around a bunch of people that look like Quasimodo, like they just look chopped and busted simultaneously, like they're just intertwined with both of those in an indefinite Mobius strip of ugly as shit. If they grew up around that, a bunch of people that look like that, truth be told, and there's no outside media to affect that, they probably will find chopped and busted very attractive. The main thing that I want y'all to get from this is it's more often than not what you're exposed to. Everything in life comes down to probability, no matter what it is. I big promise you, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter what you think think, no matter how you feel, everything from your atoms to where you are as a person, where you are mentally, physically, spiritually, if you believe in that type of thing, everything, your thought process, your outcomes, everything in your past, everything in your present, everything in your future, every single thing, every iota of everything. Hell, even the Earth's position in space, the solar system's position in space, whether it be asteroids or whatever that's like large enough to kind of veer us in different directions due to gravitational waves, everything, this decision, that decision, this decision, that, everything comes down to probability. That's the main thing that I want to get across to you here. If you don't get anything else from me, you'll at least get that from me. Probability is a motherfucker.
Nope.
You never cheat, right? No, of course. So you never hung out with other girls, right? No, never.
I bet you if you're a foreigner, you looking at this like Japanese guy, Japanese girl, the way they look, you're gonna hit the Patrick. What's the difference? Some people actually be like that, ironically enough. You like what you like, but I would have to look for a little bit to also be able to tell the difference sometimes.
Some ladies also want a green card, which I thought strange, as I always see Japan as wealthy and amazing. But the reality is Japan has a brutal work culture. Long hours, insane expectations, and basically no work-life balance. Some women want out, and dating a foreigner is their escape plan.
Not trying to ruin your fantasy over Japanese guys. I don't know why you have fantasy Japanese guys, because Japanese guys are horrible, in my opinion.
Damn, that's fucked up. At least say it's because of like the environment or something. It's not just because they're Japanese guys. Damn. Aw, damn.
It's gay, probably it wouldn't be as bad. I don't know.
But here's where things get even crazier. A lot of Japanese women aren't just rejecting Japanese men, they're rejecting dating entirely. Yeah, and this is where the real problem comes in. Japan is facing a massive population crisis. The birth rate is collapsing, people aren't getting married, they aren't even dating. There are entire businesses built around renting boyfriends and girlfriends because people are so disconnected from real relationships. And for women, there's a lot of pressure. The expectation is still there. Get married, have kids, be a traditional wife. But modern Japanese women, they're not interested. So what?
Renting a girlfriend or boyfriend is insane work to me, but it's also just still escort work, which also is crazy work to me. Like, don't get me wrong, I respect my workers, full disclaimers, it's not for me. I'm not paying for it. I'm not doing that. I'm too well, I'm gonna jerk myself off for a little bit, haha, but I'm too interesting of a person to sit up here and have to pay for somebody else's time. Nah, fuck that. But if it's for you, then by all means, knock yourself out. You only live once. I get it.
What does this all mean? Simple. The entire dating scene in Japan is breaking down. It's not just about Japanese men failing to attract women. It's not just about foreign men struggling with cultural differences. It's all of it. A complete societal shift. Fewer relationships, more isolation. And the idea of romance in Japan? It's disappearing. And here's the big twist. If you're a foreigner thinking Japan is some dating paradise, think again. The truth is, it doesn't matter where you're from. What matters is how well you fit into Japan itself. And if you don't understand the culture, if you don't learn the language, if you don't actually connect on a deeper level, you're just another foreigner passing through. I don't mean to sound like a dick here. I just want you to see the full picture. So the real question isn't just why dating in Japan is nearly impossible. The real question is, are Japanese women even interested in dating at all anymore?
All right, let's call a spade a spade. This sounds very much like a ChatGPT video. It really does. Just the mannerisms and the way that this concluded right here, that sounds very ChatGPT. But hey, people watch it. If it works, why do something else? I've busted my ass for far more to get far less. So, I mean, shit.
Kind of need to figure out if this is the person that you want to be in a relationship with within the first few days. People always say it's within 3 days. Don't kiss, you don't hold hands, you don't touch, you don't have sex whatsoever. And a lot of time, the guy asks the girl if she wants to become her girlfriend. As they say, this is the confess culture of Japanese dating. And if the girl say yes, they become a couple officially after 3 days.
Really, this whole video should just be called dating in present day and age. Dating everywhere is dog shit. Instead of people going after what would truly make them happy, like people that would actually value them and make them better as people, that would nurture who they are on the inside, they'll go after what they're attracted to, like what they're physically, visually attracted to. And a lot of that has been skewed over time based off of what we're exposed to. It's just like what I've been saying the whole time. And really, God, on a side note, she has a very like crazy but cute face at the same time. She looks cute crazy. Is that a thing? I think that's a thing. But everybody, well, I won't say everybody, but too many people want to trade up to the supermodel version if they can. It's like, well, I could try with this person, but I want to try this instead. I could try with this person, but I want to go with this, and this instead. I would try this, but I have to listen to my dumbass parents and date with them within my race or whatever the fuck. Or I could try this, but I'm scared to, I'm scared what anybody else thinks. Just, it's so dumb. Be smart enough to appreciate those that are smart enough to appreciate you, that will nurture you and that will value you. I'm not saying looks aren't important, because looks definitely are a factor. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm levitating above the rest of y'all like it's not a non-factor to me. But at the same time, you need to be able to strike some kind of harmonial balance with attraction versus somebody who's actually going to give a shit about you, because a lot of the times, more often than not,